Hey guys, in this tutorial, we'll be learning how to factor polynomials when a does not equal 1. For this example, we'll be using the equation -v cubed minus 8v squared minus 3v. Now, the first step in order to solve this equation is to see if your equation has a greatest common factor that you could factor out to make the equation simpler. In our case, we do, which is -v. As you guys could see, all these numbers have one thing in common, which is -v. Now, if you write it out, which I will like this, it will look like this. -v, then at 4v squared plus 8v plus 3. The next step of factoring polynomials when a does not equal 1 is to make a diamond, like the one right here. Now, in order to know what to put in this diamond, you first have to understand what a, b, and c mean in this equation. So a is the first number, b is the second, and 3 is the third one. Now, in order to put the numbers up here, you first have to know how you put them in there. So, in order to put the top of the diamond, it's a times c. So, if we're only using the numbers, it'll be 12. Now, in order to put in the bottom of the diamond, you first put b right there. That's all you do. Then, now you might be asking what you put in the left and right. And for this, you first have to ask yourself what two numbers multiply to 12 but add to 8. Now, if you guess 6 and 2, you'd be correct. Final step of factoring polynomials when a does not equal 1 is to make a box. Now, in order to make this box, you first have to know what numbers to put in this box. So if you remember from our last slide, this is a, this is b, and this is c, and this will help you make this box. And a goes into the top left, which is 4v squared, and c goes into the top left right, which is 3. And then for the remaining spots of the box, you put the numbers that you got from your diamond, which is, in our case, 6 and 2. Now, you just put it in any order, it doesn't really matter, and I'll just put it like this for now. Now, in order to complete this box, you have to put the numbers on the outside of the box, what that would multiply to the inside. For our example, the top of the box would have to be 2v, like this, and 2v, because 2v and times 2v is 4v squared. Now, what two numbers multiply to 2v? And in our case, it would be 2v and 1. Now, what two numbers multiply to 6v, 2v, and 3? And this part's already filled out. What two numbers multiply to 3, 1, and 3? Now, in order to write this equation, you have to know what to put. And for this, you'd put right here and right here in parentheses. So, and this would be 2v plus 1 and 2v plus 3. Now, if you had a greatest common factor, that would go on the outside of it, which we had -v. Now you're done, and that's how you solve polynomials when a does not equal 1. Now, the math practice standards that I believe that we used in this tutorial were lock-in reasoning, which states that I could use words, numbers, logics, and reasoning skills to help me solve my problems, which we did by using the box. Thank you for watching my tutorial.